Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. Sweet. I like how instantly you get into games in this game. Like, as soon as you've selected characters, you just straight in, 40 seconds until the game starts. Very little time to kind of talk about things, but I guess with the drafting and how it works in this game, you know, there's not really too much to talk about. Unless someone picks, like, a Viper, Crack has gone with. And to be honest, I feel like Viper could be really viable. I feel like she's just hard to be viable with. Her utility is pretty powerful, and there's some good lineups for the smokes, but I feel like the fact she has to line up the smokes, or the smoke, sorry, just kind of make it harder than, like, obviously a Brimstone or an Omen, because they are quite easy to use that piece of utility with. Is looking like iPra are going to go for a full 5-man take on this B side of the map in the pistol round, which is a very viable strategy. We have seen lots of teams do it in the pistol. Boombot goes out, is going to explode right in the middle of everyone, but doing no damage, and Lepsy's going to take that first kill onto a blind Ren. Kurt is going to go for the refrag onto him, and he's kind of left out in a little island on the site all by himself. Bad Spawn's going to take advantage of that. Heal comes through, Rack taking another kill onto Nam, and it is going to be 3v3 in close quarters on this bomb site. Lepsy taking his third kill of the round.
One enemy remaining.
Is left up to him to get a 4k 25 HP. Sage is also looking quite low. The timing could be really bad for him right now, unfortunately. He does not really get timing too hard, but Anvai is going to get the better of him in that little engagement, surviving on 7 HP. That heal came through pretty clutch, to be honest. If Sage hadn't had a heal for herself right there, she would have lost that trade frag. I don't know if you remember, she healed herself a little bit earlier in the round. I guess that's one situation where Sage definitely is viable, even if she wasn't quite able to shut down the initial push with walls and slows. I guess that is where she will shine in later games. Later in the game, sorry. They are going to go for some Spectres, light armor, 1 Sheriff, 1 Ghost across the side of Anvai. The team, that is, not the player. He's opting for just a Ghost, not for other weapons. Early wall looks like it's going to come out to cut off this heaven area so they can focus on other places on the map. Icend is looking to flash out and try go for this little classic rush, but the nade is going to shut that down pretty much immediately. They go back, maybe looking to throw down some more utility and go for the retake. Well, not retake, but like take it again. Technically a retake, but like a re-engagement onto the site. Instead opt to go towards this middle area. They are looking a little bit low from that AoE grenade damage that the Boombot and the nades tend to do on Raze. So this round is not looking too hopeful against the SMGs that can one-shot headshot pretty much 3 of these members from a decent range. Only Jet going to be on full HP. Some darts come out over towards B side of the map, and we did see this on Bind the other day. 1 dart completely sold the fate. Not going to happen this time. 2 members do stay over towards the A side of the map. iPra are kind of stuck, looking really what to do. Maybe they're just using this round as a kind of talkative round, you know, using it as like a pause time, talk about some strategies. But I mean, the game has not really gone too far yet. It's kind of still in its infancy. There's not really too much to talk about. Trying to switch to the right person here, but I am fumbling with my keyboard. Right, going to push straight out through the smoke and gets taken down. 3v2, but with 1 HP left on both of these guys. Going to be pretty hard. 1 shot to the chest from this Sheriff from Chosen. And it's a nice headshot to Nan though, but I mean, you know, style points not really worth it because he was on about 7 HP. But it didn't really make too much of a difference whether that was a headshot, a body shot, or a foot shot through a very thick wall. He was pretty much dead anyway. And now both teams are going to have quite a lot of money. Looks like it might be a bonus round for Anvai, keeping these Spectres on board because they don't have enough money to actually fully upgrade all of them into Spectres, into Phantoms or Vandals. So kind of a half bonus round for them right now. Does look like it's going to be 5 people over towards his A side of the map. Again, completely grouping up, feeling more confident taking sites as 5 people instead of leaving people to lurk over towards the mid and B side of the map. I do like to see people, you know, playing for defaults and playing for more strategical gameplay instead of just going towards one site. Because that does free up Anvai, as in the team, the opportunity to push on the other sides of the map and get this info for free. As we did see Mon doing in the games yesterday on Split. They were pushing through bathrooms for free, getting the info, all the info they could want in the world. Well, unfortunately for iPra, no one from Anvai is going to push through early in the round to get this info. So currently they have no idea where anybody is on the map, and all they are aware of is the fact that they have not heard a single thing. They are just going to push out very late into the round, throw down some smokes, there's execute, and they're just waiting, making Anvai sweat in their boots a little bit, not really giving them any info or sound cues to work off of. And with no information, they are only just starting to rotate as iPra engage onto this site. Holding from heaven, smoked out, so they can't really get any picks of that. Anvai's going to push through it. Finds breach in the back of the head, a little bit messy, but gets it in the end. Unfortunately, though, that gives Lepsy enough time to turn around and find 2 kills for himself. The site is secured. Bell finds a kill heaven, and it is now down into a 4v2. 1 Spectre left available on Ren. Kurt does find 2 kills, finding the flank that Bell was going through onto heaven, bring it down into a 2v2. Ren with still full HP, just needs to find a little spray down onto anyone to take them down, but unfortunately for them, it's going to be Lepsy taking 3 kills, and Omen cleaning that one up for his team, taking their first round on the board. Very nice side take from them. It was kind of interesting to see, like, nobody holding towards this middle B side of the map. Obviously, Anvai didn't really have the info and weren't feeling confident enough to push. But luckily enough for them, they do have quite a bit of money in the bank right now, so they can still afford to kind of buy into this round. Even just lightly, so that they can full buy next round. A couple of their members don't have enough for like full phantoms and armor. They're going to buy down to around 2k. Ren with not very much money. I guess he's just hoping that the round is going to go their way. And finally, they actually leave someone over onto the opposite side of the map. It is going to be Bad Spawn, throwing down some utility over towards this A side of the map. Shock Dart's looking to try and find this angle onto long. Rack does kind of have this wall set up like across the middle of the map. I believe that's what that indication is on the map. I think so. At least Drone's going to come in through the A side of the map looking for some info and just even trying to bait out a rotate by giving some sound cues that they are over here at least. Wall comes out from Sage. I don't know if that was recent or very early game. It could be either. I wasn't really paying attention to that. Darts come through. Really nice dart there, to be honest. It didn't really look like a lineup, but it still hit the back TV area looking for people there. And that is going to bait out a rotate. Nobody's holding mid. It is only going to be Raze on this B side of the map. And it does look like that's where this round is going to end up. It didn't quite go quick enough to capitalise on that, though. And people are already coming back.
30 seconds left.
Wall gets put up. Flashes come through. Boombots come down. And this is where Raze is really powerful. These nades are going to do some serious work. Instead, it's going to be Kurt taking a headshot with that Blade Storm. I should probably be looking at him right now. He does opt for this Phantom, for the Spectre, over using the Blade Storm. Maybe he just didn't have any blades left. Chosen's going to take another kill onto Bad Spawn. And it's just going to be Bell kind of sat back in this B tunnels area. Didn't manage to get out onto site with a bomb, so they couldn't plant. And that retake happened before they even got the bomb down, so that was really nice, quick reactions from Anvai. Rotate over that quickly, and just that timing could have been a bit better from iPra, to be honest, although saying that, they didn't really have the knowledge that people had rotated over towards A. And Raze is really good at slowing down pushes with those grenades and explosive abilities she's got. Buy is going to be very scuffed right now. Bell does not have very much money as they saved last round, but at least they've got a Phantom, so this is kind of the hero rifle for them. They want to get all the kills and carry their team through this round by dropping weapons for them to pick up. And that is going to be the case. Really nice kill through the little edge of the wall onto Kurt. Not really a weapon in a position that they'll be able to pick up though. Instead, they're just going to go over towards this B side of the map again, looking to see if they can do something different this time. They do have Stalk Bear, Blade Storm on this Raze, so she might look to dash into the site and take this Raze out before the grenades hit her team. Ren is going to take that first kill. Ison looking for that headshot with the Sheriff. Unfortunately, it's not going to come out. Did tag them in the body, so Ren is looking quite low on armor. That's not really the end of the world, because they still have the superior weapon. And one shot at closer range, especially with these light armors. Instead, iPra have decided to completely give up, and they're going to slow walk all the way through their spawn towards this A side of the map. Lepsy on 1 HP, looking to be the engagement here. He's just going to bait for his teammates and try and help them get the refrag. Chosen is going to find the first one, relocate with his E. Flashes come out, and my game has
10 seconds.
Completely frozen. Not quite sure what happened there. He finds another kill though. And it is going to be Bell left alone in a 1v2. Not enough time to do it, unfortunately, but he finds 3 kills in the round. Does go down just before he was teleported back to spawn, unfortunately for him, but he's going to have not plenty money to buy this round, of course, because he saved the other round, so he didn't get money for it. So his teammates are going to be able to buy. He is not, but he does have a Blade Storm, as we previously mentioned, which can be quite effective even in a gun round, as it does one shot from range, and that's all you really want.
They're not better than me.
Kind of a base level. Obviously, it doesn't really fire particularly quickly. And body shot damage doesn't take people down very fast. But it does come out, and Brack is looking to take down some heads through this Omen smoke. Won't quite find them, and does lose a bit of health because of that. Sorry. Bit of a mispronunciation. Oh, I've ruined it. Mispronunciation on my part. Flashes come through from Breach. They are going to take Heaven area. But not if Kurt has anything to say about it, taking down Ice. And now they've just lost out on like half of the utility in this round, as Breach has no smokes left. Bell finding the back of Ren. That is going to allow her to pick up a weapon if she accidentally runs out of these knives and misses them all. Bomb goes down, dodging that Molotov from Viper. Anvai going to find a kill onto Lepsy, and with that kill he's going to get enough points to revive Kurt, who doesn't have a weapon, I don't think. Or does, no one picked it up off him. Kurt going to take another kill chosen, and Rack following up very quickly afterwards. And that was a very clean retake, not losing anybody, apart from Raze, who had died on the take of the site. And yeah, not losing anyone on the retake is what I should say. They lost 2 people before, but very clean retake. I don't even know if they got hit at all. But at least iPra got the bomb down, so they're going to have a decent amount of cash. Enough to buy Vantals with some light armor. And a couple of heavies spread across the board. They could have gotten up with an operator there with some light armor, but opting not to. It's quite a hard map to work for those initial peaks. There's not very many angles for you to do it at, apart from really mid, but they have been smoking it off every round. Again, Rack looking for these 1-taps at the start of the round. Is close. Oh, finds! Okay, well, that's pretty much as lucky as you can be. Finds a collateral 1-tap onto 2 members of mid. And he must be pretty happy with himself right now. That's a little clip if ever I've seen one. Bad Spawn taking down Ren towards the back of the side, but not before Kurt takes down Omen. He's going to find that Rack getting a little bit too aggressive through that smoke. But is down into a 2v3 with good HP for both of the attacking players. Wall comes out though. Now they know they are still there. They do have bomb dropped middle. Kurt is holding that pretty safe until Bell comes around and says, no, I'm going to take your head off for doing that. Flash comes through. Bell does have to fall off the angle. Tries to go for the frag after it's dropped. And Chosen is going to take that one happily. Another flash comes through. Bad Spawn is looking for this kill. Seems to be aware of what side they're on and takes it. Chosen going down with a well-placed headshot. And they have some knowledge of where this Sage is because of that wall that came out on the B side of the map. 30 seconds left. Plenty time to rotate over towards this A side of the map. Fan. Sage is still in this B connect area. Not able to do anything about it. So she is just going to have to go for this retake. She's still slow walking around, not quite sure what's going on. All the time she is dilly-dallying right now is more time that this spike is going to tick and tick and tick down, giving Bad Spawn even better chances to win this. He's going to come in through the flank. Not sure if Bad Spawn's going to be really aware of this. But hopefully he should just be kind of checking every angle and aware that every possibility is open. They don't really have any information like cipher traps left over. Does have a reveal dot up and ready. Does hear footsteps at the stage moving, and unfortunately can't quite find the headshot. If that had been just a little bit cleaner and connected with that head, that would have been a very nice clutch from him. Anvai with the reaction time, taking him down instead. Taking his team 6-1. This seems like a pretty one-sided game so far in terms of scoreline, but the rounds have actually been relatively close. A couple of them going down to time, a few defuses, and only one round where they just straight up killed everyone. So it has been kind of close in terms of people surviving in rounds. In terms of the scoreline, they are going to bring out the operator onto Chosen, holding mid instead of Viper, who's been doing it previous rounds. Looking for an initial pick. There is only classics on the enemy team. Just going to hold the angle, look for some timing through the smoke. Not going to find it, unfortunately. And now iPra know there's an AWP there. They might be trying to rush it. Wall comes up again early for this Sage. And iPra just looking to take this mid control very slow. They seem to be very slow and methodical on these offensive rounds. They just want picks. Unfortunately, Anvai aren't really giving it to them. Playing really passive on this defensive role. They're not really getting aggressive more than they need to. Do have at least some pressure over towards B and A side of the map, at least aware of a quick flank that would come in. There could still technically be someone in at CT spawn, but how these guys have been playing previously, it wouldn't really indicate that. Smoke comes out, top ropes, or vents. Top ropes or vents, I think it's kind of... Actually, I think top ropes is towards the A side. I think vent is what you call the one. Middle.
30 seconds left.
Kurt is going to get taken down by Ice, and in that little corner had no way to escape. Anvai is going to take a kill through the smoke to Bell mid. And it is now down to Ren to hold this site, which he's doing a great job of so far, taking one kill and falling back. Takes down Nam due to fall damage when he was fully blinded.
10 seconds left.
Unfortunately for him, Bad Spawn going to find a kill. Flanking from mid. He's not going to really mean much though, because they only have 10 seconds left as they have been playing these rounds so slowly. And Rack's going to happily take that kill onto someone with a lesser weapon than him. Yeah, see, I think this might be a Viper one-way. Yeah, that looks like to be a Viper one-way. Very, very interesting stuff you can do with Viper. It does take a lot of kind of room in your head and space to remember all these things, and I think that might be one of the reasons why she isn't really picked up in games. But that wall and just her Molotovs and her smoke and even her ult can be pretty viable. I would like to see her start to get picked up more often, unless there's some reason unbeknownst to me as to why people don't pick. That Ren taking that first kill of the round onto Lepsy. They were going for a little bit of a B-rush right there. Nam looking to TP to the back of the site. No one's looking at him. Does turn around. Bladestone doesn't unfortunately connect, and he takes 2 kills, coming in clutch for his team, bringing it down to a 3v3 when it previously looked like an impossible round. Bad Spawn taking another one towards heaven. And Rat is going to go down, succeeding those events very quickly. Chosen in a 1v3 retake with an operator. Really not looking good for them. Operators are really hard weapons to retake with. It does find the Vandal on the floor, which is pretty nice. Spamming towards his hell area, looking to see if there's anyone there. Almost finds the head of Chosen, but it isn't B. Bell taking the 5th and final kill of the round. That was a really nice play from Omen. Unfortunately, those blade storms just wouldn't quite connect. And that right click probably wouldn't have worked either, just because of the changes that have been made to it and the damage nerfs. He came in huge for his team. And now looking to switch up over towards the A side of the map. Yeah, and even these 3 walls that you can do now that you can shoot them through with the spawn barriers are pretty nice. Activate them from wherever you are on the map, playing with sound cues and info and confusing people. It does look like, again, it's going to be a really fast take towards A. This time Lepsy is going to win the initial fight, does ult onto Chosen. Going to be a very free bomb plant, and they know where everyone is kind of more or less coming from. Sage did maybe bait that out a little bit. Was going towards the top ropes area. or vents even, and then fell back. Bell is going to find Rack towards middle, long range shot from him. And he is kind of this first line of defense, cutting the map in half, so Anvai is going to shut that down pretty quickly. People coming from all sides of the map. Kurt taking a pick from heaven. And flashes come through. Anvai coming in onto the side. All three members are kind of caught up so close. Breachhawk comes through, hits two people, and it's just up to Nam to find the players. Can't quite find it. Kurt gets the kill. He's the only one not hit by Breachhawk. Beambot just kind of being really too distracting. He had to shoot it or he would have gone down to it. And there was just no real hope in him doing that, to be honest. Like, he didn't have enough ammo in his gun to really take out that many targets, even if they couldn't shoot back. Very unfortunate. Nonetheless, again, a pretty close round. And they do have enough money to buy again this round. Lepsy is going to be on an SMG or Bulldog or something of that nature. He's going to go for the Bulldog. He dropped it by his teammates and have full armor. Something that you would like to note out for, you know, you should do that for your teammates. There's no reason to hog money in a competitive game like this when you're scrimming.
Cover going out.
Another fast round coming out. Lepsy, it doesn't matter if he's got light armor or not, he's still going to win those initial duels. A is again completely open and for the taking. Bell again taking this position over towards heaven. Does have blade storm up, so he might be able to jump over this wall and take someone's head off. Maybe just take someone's head off anyway with that little high angle. I think he does miss his opportunity, unfortunately enough. Or maybe not. He does see someone there, so he's going to be able to call that to his team. Takes out Kurt just above the wall, and he's pretty safe right now. They can't really re-engage onto him. Ren is fully blind. Takes out Nam, although he was just at the edge of his FOV. Anvai takes on the dart and a really nice spray control onto Bell, taking down Lepsy. In return, does have a res out, and unfortunately can't shoot whilst you're doing that. Rack is coming in onto the side. Not really enough time left, but it doesn't matter because Isen's going to take the head of him clean off. Free haircut for today. Free haircut Saturday. Out here on Split. And bringing it into 8-3. Hopefully they take this final round. And then if they take pistol round in the next half, iPra that is, and if they take pistol round, then they will be pretty much back up at the same scoreline and in a pretty good spot come back in this game. Does look like it's going to be, again, a fast mid-execute. iPra ult does come through, but they know she's heaven, so aren't able... So they aren't really going to be caught out by her positioning at all. Doesn't really have much effect, and I'm going to take that first kill. iPra is looking for the flank, but that ult is now completely useless. Is just about going to find a kill onto Bad Spawn. And Bell coming in with Blade Storm, finding one of his own.
No charges left.
Or her own. Actually, Jet is a female. Finding one of her own. Playing towards this hell area. Res comes through onto Rack, picking them up. He's just going to face tank these blinds. Standing a little bit in front of it so he doesn't actually get hit by the full blast. Empress comes through. Lepsy finds a kill in the back. He's going to have a kind of little flanking position right here. They do know where he is, but instead it's going to be Ison taking two from CT. Shutting down that round.
Switching sides.
And bringing it 4-8, so it's still a competitive game. Whoever takes this pistol round, I feel, will be at a real good advantage this side, this half. If iPra take it, then they'll be close enough to Anvai's score. But if Anvai take it, then they'll be pretty close to winning the game if they win the preceding Antica round.
This goes here. Yes,
Definitely could go either way. Lepsy opting for the normal cage here. There is a kind of one way you can do by throwing it on top of the door. Either they don't know that, or they just want to go for a normal one. I think either is pretty effective. It does look like it's kind of going to be this mid-B split in the pistol round. Smokes come through, flashes come through. That's the wrong person. My bad. And iPra are trying to hold on to this mid control. More smokes come through, and they are trying to not give Anvai too much map control. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out that way. Ren just running through with this ghost, taking people's heads clean off. Lepsy is still alive on this bomb site, going to take down Rack, who was lurking in B main. Unfortunately, he's going to go down. Shot in the side of the head by Ren, who had a really nice round right there. He just must feel really confident with these pistols. Finding heads left, right and centre. Nice entry frags from him. Although I feel like one thing they might run into negatively in this round is that they only have Jet for smokes. And on offense, that could be pretty rough. Well, they have Viper as well, but Viper only has one smoke. Obviously, that wall could cut off half the map. As we do see right here, it does cut off B in heaven. But obviously, that doesn't last for too long. It does have the advantage of being able to reactivate it. It does look like it's going to be a mid push from iPra. You do hear some info over towards its A side of the map. And that does call for them to completely call off the push, because they know from the sound cues it's going to be A. Chosen taking the first kill, opts to relocate with the E. Relocating again, finding 2 kills. Kurt finding another kill. Nam with the flank, going to take down Chosen. There is a gun there here that he might be able to pick up, but not with 4 players of the opposing team rushing him down with SMGs. And that is going to be a very nice, clean anti-eco round from Anvai. And now they're in a pretty good position to winning the game. Only 3 rounds to go. Although it does look like they're going for another bonus round with some SMGs across the board. So this also has a pretty good chance of going negatively for them, as there are 5 rifles, 5 vandals make that across the board for iPra. And I mean, they have not been looking too bad on the aim front, so this could definitely go in their favour. Smokes them through towards mid. 5 people taking mid, and it is up to Nam to get some of these kills through this smoke. Doesn't even find a tag. Bell's going to go straight down to Rack, rushing with this Spectre, finding 1 kill, picking up the Vandal, trying to find Ison, but Ison is going to get the better of them on that one. Flash comes out a little bit too late. He's caught out with utility in his hands. Down to a 3v4. Some smokes go out over towards the A side of the map. Looks like they are looking towards there. Don't really know where people are. They now know that Omen is in CT spawn as the smokes came through. Instead, they're going to rotate all the way back through sewers, back through mid towards the B side of the map, which is in fact the correct call. But these cipher trip wires could come in handy for the information, and in fact they are already rotating back across. Chosen with this aggressive peek. He's going to find Nam. Nam was looking for that as well, so close. He had a chance of getting that, and let's see. It gets slowed off. Cages come through, does get some information of how many people on the site. I think he spotted 3 though with the camera, and does know that someone is going to come up from this mid area from the top ropes. Cage gets triggered, and he looks away at exactly... that was probably pristine. Wrong timing. That was really unfortunate for him. Couldn't quite readjust back to the head. Just bad spawn left. He does look like he's going to go for this, feeling quite confident that he can do something. They do need to start winning rounds, so I would have tried to go for it as well. Doesn't find the first kill, falls back. Realises that he doesn't really have a chance. The time's ticked by a little bit too much. He's going to opt to try and save this Vandal and pull off some heroics in the next round. Looking to do some economy damage though, is going to try and look for these kills at some point. Is unfortunately the bullets, I could see them clipping Chosen's head. They were going millimeters above him. He would have felt the wind from those projectiles. Passing him. And he's going to go down. Fortunately not able to save it, not even able to do any economy damage, so now iPra are going to be probably out of money. Going to go for some sheriffs across the board, just looking for some more damage, but at this point they don't really... It doesn't really matter about the economy of Anvai, as they only need 2 more rounds to win. And they have enough for those 2 rounds to buy, so if they just continuously win, obviously they're going to continuously have weapons no matter how close the rounds are. And Ren is already in sight. Some nice satchel charges from him. Chosen taking the first kill. Ren following up onto bad spawn. A side of the map is completely open. Ison taking 1 kill towards heaven onto Rack. So that does mean that this wall that they placed towards ropes area cannot be used. It looks like Chosen might get the better timing of these people on Heaven. Kurt gets killed, Ice and Lepsy goes down. And as good as Nam has been this game, I don't feel like this is really a winnable round for him. He connects a headshot. In this game, the Sheriff does not one-shot headshot range when your opponent has full armor. And that is something I do not like. Because I feel like when you hit a long-range one-shot head, like one tap with a deagle or one deagle, even though it's not a deagle, it's a Sheriff. But you know, same thing. When you hit one D across the map, it's just so much more impressive than a close-range one. Just want it to be a kill, but it isn't, and I kind of understand it for balance purposes. You don't want your pistols to be so OP that they win rounds consistently in force buys, but still, I don't know. Bomb has been left in spawn, so maybe they're going to go for a bit slower play, or maybe it's an accident. Sage does go back for it though. Fortunately enough, they noticed that error on the map. Ison throwing his utility out, looking to get some kills mid. They are blind, but they fall back cleanly enough to not go down. And so it's going to be Ison taking a hit to his health pool. Down to 80 HP. Looks like this is going to be a B split coming out. Lepsy might get shot in the side of the head. Although it is going to be Ison taking down Chosen, and Lepsy getting the better timing of them. And a bad spawn with a nice flank in towards Sewers takes the bomb down. Well, the reveal, not enough. Reveal Ren. Rat, sorry, although get them anyway. A flawless round, even though they were losing a little bit of HP towards the start. 5 people surviving, and that is huge for them because they needed that. They didn't have any money, and if people had started to go down, their economy would have been pretty much ruined. And they still have 1 round buffer. Oh no, they don't. It's 12-5. I thought it was. Okay, well, my bad. I thought it was 11-5. Well, they don't have a buffer at all. Lose 1 round and they are out. So they need all the money they can get so that they can fall by every round possible. Reveals come through. They know there's 2 people over towards this A side of the map. Mid control does look like it's going to come back in from Ison, and he is going to find a kill onto Chosen, but Arak's going to trade that out very quickly onto Lepsy. And Ison's on 7 HP. Flash out, he's going to get caught with it in his hand. I could see that coming from a mile away, and that was very unfortunate. But I was going to talk a little bit about the trade, but it does seem like Rak's just going off right there, taking down bad spawn. Just get traded out by Bell. 2v3 right now, but the A side of the map is completely open. And Kurt has a flank. Really good timing in between Omen and Bell. Here's the sound cues. And that is going to be a 13-5. One of the more dominant games I have casted. It's looking really good for Anvai. They're very crisp, clean, and coordinated. But I would argue that iPra as well. They had some very good rounds, and some flawless rounds. They had some very nice big moments from their members, like Nam with that really nice TP to the back of the site, working quite well for them.